But to pretend that we have this spiritual practice and none of these things exist, or I'm not controlled by any of these things, that's just another delusion in our mind that creates more suffering. I believe this is it. Stevens Creek County Park Lookout Trail. Let's do it. So wonderful to be back out in nature. It's been a very long time. I have a couple of announcements. So first, many of you know about the 24-hour live stream that I will be doing on my YouTube channel. I have scheduled that. It's going to be on May 31st. That's Friday, May 31st at 12 p.m. Pacific time. It'll be a 24-hour stream. At 12:30 p.m. Pacific time, I will have a special guest. Also, Kendra, my wife, will make an appearance, and so will my son, Miles. So it's going to be a long stream. I'm going to probably improvise on a lot of it. I am going to go back on some old videos, very first videos of this YouTube channel. And this live stream is just to celebrate the 1,000 subscribers for my YouTube channel. So thank you everyone for your support. I really appreciate it. Also, something I mentioned in my last live stream, that a family member is taking our family and Kendra's brother's family to Brazil for 3 weeks. My plan is to document the whole journey, and most likely it will be in a YouTube short kind of format. So if that's something that's interesting to you, be sure that you're subscribed to my YouTube channel. Okay, I better pay attention here because the trail is getting very windy. Another amazing day out in nature. Last week, I made a video called, "What is Spiritual Bypassing?" Have you seen that yet? If not, I'll put a link down below in the description just for context. Because somebody replied to this video and they were talking about how they were giving a short Dharma talk about greed. And after the talk, somebody said to them, I don't worry about that. All I do is keep don't know and help this world. So this person was thinking, oh, that's probably a pretty good idea. But then thought, wait, maybe that's spiritual bypassing? Why is it that we can't talk about greed and ignorance and hatred and delusion? So I thought I would talk about this today. If you look at the Four Noble Truths, this is kind of the bone of the Buddha's teaching. He talks about the cause of suffering, so that there's suffering in this world. And the reason why that is because of greed, hatred, and ignorance. So I know what this person is talking about because my whole video about spiritual bypassing is, I don't want to say all of us, but let's say many of us have some idea or belief that we are using as a lens. Seeing through this lens, perceiving this world. Everybody has a lens. It could be a I like, I don't like lens. It could be a hatred lens. It could be a greed lens. It could even be a Buddhist lens or a Zen lens. So many of us have that. So if you hear this term about keeping don't know, or returning to the mind before thinking, or even attaining enlightenment, it's talking about taking away this lens. No matter what lens that is, take it away for just one moment. Because when we truly do that, then we just perceive truth. So meditation practicing is just to see everything clearly. Greed or desire is just what it is. Anger is just what it is. And when we have the experience before thinking, then we're no longer attached to it. We're not held by it. We're not controlled by any of these things. Then we can just see in the moment, whatever appears in this moment, how can I use it in a way that benefits myself, but also benefits everyone around me? There's a wonderful story about Zen Master Monggong and Zen Master Kyung Ho. Zen Master Kyung Ho gave transmission to Zen Master Monggong. And after Monggong's transmission, he traveled and was teaching at different temples. And one day, Monggong thought, you know what? I should visit my teacher. So Monggong traveled and went to Zen Master Kyung Ho's hermitage. And when Zen Master Kyung Ho opened the door, Zen Master Monggong was standing there holding some dried fish and a bottle of rice wine. And Zen Master Kyung Ho said, "Oh, Monggong, I'm so happy to see you. Why did you come here?" And Zen Master Monggong said, "Oh, I just wanted to pay my respects and to see you because it's been such a long time." Then Zen Master Kyung Ho looked at the gifts that Zen Master Monggong brought and said, "That's a pretty interesting dried fish and rice wine." And Monggong said, "You know, these days I have no hindrance. I'm completely free. Somebody gives me meat, I eat it. Somebody gives me wine, I drink it. Complete freedom. And Zen Master Kyung Ho looked at Mongong and said, it's not like that for me. And Mongong was very surprised. What? My teacher? He should be free just like me. What is he talking about? Then Zen Master Kyung Ho said, Mongong, you know that I love garlic. In fact, kimchi without garlic doesn't taste very good. Now, garlic is one of the things that Buddhist monks should avoid. It creates energy that they don't need. So Kyung Ho said, but you know what I do? I actually buy a bulb of garlic and I take it to my garden and I break up this bulb and I put all the cloves into the ground and that grows more garlic. Then I take those bulbs and break it up and plant them in the ground and it creates a lot of garlic. And what I do is I just keep a little bit of garlic for my kimchi. And then I have my attendant gather the rest of the garlic and give it to everyone in the village. And then Zen Master Mongong's mind opened up and said, oh, freedom practice is okay. But what Zen practice really means is not just for me. I think it's important to talk about desire and anger, ignorance, delusion, because we all experience these things as human beings. And many of us are controlled by these things, creating suffering for ourselves and those around us. But to pretend that we have this spiritual practice and none of these things exist, or I'm not controlled by any of these things, that's just another delusion in our mind that creates more suffering. So it's very important to look at this moment and what is appearing right now. You know, a good carpenter can only use one type of wood to make things. A very high-class carpenter can use many different types of wood to build things. So we have the same capability. Anything that arises in this moment, how can I use it right now to help? Those are my thoughts for the day. Let me know your thoughts on this video. Was it helpful? If so, like this video or put a comment down below. Okay, everyone, I hope you are all doing well, and I will see you very soon.